Hello, everyone. My name is Gail Henney. I am the co-chair of the North Andover Poet Laureate Committee, along with Jill Barker. We'd like to welcome you all to this meeting on June the 3rd at 8 p.m. And I'd like now to give everyone an opportunity who is a member of the Poet Laureate Committee to introduce themselves. I'd like to begin with Mark Bohrer, who is, as you may know, the Poet Laureate of the town. Mark?
Hi, everyone. This is Mark Bohrer. I'm the Poet Laureate of North Andover. I'm at the end of my first 2-year term, and I'll be starting my second 2-year term this July. I was asked again by the Poet Laureate Committee to continue in this role, and I'm greatly looking forward to it, doing all the things that we can do with social distancing, and hopefully soon things in person in whatever way is safe.
Thank you, Mark. Jill, would you sign in, please?
Sure. Hi, everyone. This is Jill Barker. I'm co-chair of the Poet Laureate Committee. This is an interesting experiment. I hope it goes well. We'll probably be doing this for a little while online. So welcome. Hope you can join in. If you have any questions along the way during our meeting, please email Gail. She's posted her contact email, and I'm sure she'd be happy to take a moment and answer your questions or comments. Thanks.
Thank you, Jill. Marie Mcandrew Taylor.
Hello, this is Marie Mcandrew Taylor. I have called in and I have been on the committee, about a year, 2 years, something like that. And I'm delighted to be here.
We're delighted to have you. Karen Klein. Karen, do you?
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear who you said. Hi, Karen Klein from town, and I'm a poet.
Lovely. Latika Karnani.
Hi, yes, my name is Latika Karnani, and I believe I'm the most recent addition to the committee as of now, and it's a pleasure to be here and serving art and poetry.
Welcome, Latika. Bridget Rodding is also a member. I don't see that she's called in, but we're happy to have her aboard. Also, we have another member whose name is
Jessica.
Fortato, and she's unable to make it today, but I suspect you'll have an opportunity to hear from her in the future. Normally, when we begin our meetings, now I haven't forgotten anyone, have I? No, good, okay. When we begin our meetings, we always like to welcome each other, and we begin with an opening poem. And Latika Karnani has volunteered to begin, and that will be followed as well by Mark Bohrer, the Poet Laureate, current Poet Laureate of North Andover. Latika, please.
Yes. This is a very short poem, 6 lines, so here it goes. What I have felt in America is so full that the words just poured out. The power here is so mine that I can hear the words rhyme. And the freedom here is so bold that I can dream and ask for more. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Latika. Latika, does that have a title, that poem?
Not yet.
Okay, but thank you for sharing.
What was the first line again?
What I have felt in America is so full that the words just pour out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you. Okay, the next.
Mark?
Oh.
Please.
I know. Normally we don't have 2 poems. So I had this short one that I've been carrying around from Mary Oliver. And the title of it is I Worried. I worried a lot. Will the garden grow? Will the rivers flow in the right direction? Will the earth turn as it was taught? And if not, how shall I correct it? Was I right? Was I wrong? Will I be forgiven? Can I do better? Will I ever be able to sing? Even the sparrows can do it, and I am, well, helpless and hopeless. Is my eyesight fading, or am I just imagining it? Am I going to get rheumatism, lockjaw, dementia? Finally, I saw that worrying had come to nothing, and I gave it up. And I took my old body and I went out into the morning and sang.
Oh, that's great. That
Good
is
for
really
Mary.
good. I like that. What's the title of that, Mark? What is
I
the
worried.
title?
The title is I
Or
Worry.
I'm worried. Oh, I
I
worry.
worry.
Oh, that's great.
So a lot to come. Maybe we had bookends.
Okay, if everybody now has had a chance to sign in and we've had our opening poem, I'd like to give Mark the opportunity to update us on the North Andover Poets Corner and also any public events that may be coming up, assuming we can resume them given the pandemic. Mark?
Okay. So I can tell a little bit about what I've been doing. The first thing is that I've been hosting North Andover Poets Corner. It's a monthly open mic. It's the fourth Tuesday of every month, and we've been doing it online. And you can find out about it by going to North Andover Poets Corner on Facebook. So it's a Facebook group that you can check out, you can join. That's a way to find out about events, not only that I host here as the open mic, but also I share other events and other poets in the area share their events. And so you can see a lot of what's going on. Right now, everything that I see that everybody's doing is online, but it has turned out to be actually quite a good way to share poetry. So that's one thing. And then on the same North Andover Poets Corner on Facebook, I usually share poems, usually one or two poems a week. So that's something else to look for. As far as plans, I am thinking of what can be done and watching, recommendations from the state. And there may be ways that we can get together outdoors this summer with proper distancing and masks and whatever is required. I'm thinking it's a real possibility for outdoor meetings. But again, it's something that needs to be looked at, and then we can go from there. Okay?
Good.
So we'll see.
Good. Can you talk to us also about your pop-up poetry project? You had a wonderful beginning over at Bulger's Clinic. Maybe you'd like to give a brief overview of that, and then
With
maybe
that lovely Newfoundland.
Yes, yeah. It was like that was like Emily Dickinson's dog. Do you know that?
Yep.
I don't know if she had a big dog like that. That was her companion for a good part of her life, and she would walk every day with her dog in the fields and around the town in Amherst. So there's a connection there to poetry.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
And, yeah, and at that event,
Might have been at Great Pyrenees.
oh, that she had. Okay, there you go. So
Well, that's
go ahead. Oh, okay.
I just need to make a comment.
Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
yeah.
Sure.
Because for whatever reason, I'm not getting the audio most of the time. I'm just going to let you know, so I won't be able to really participate very much, but you can try asking me if I'm not responding. But
Okay.
Would it confuse you to put the television on? Raise the volume on the TV?
What TV?
oh, that's
You're
a
on
thought.
television. You're on television.
What do you
That's a
mean?
thought.
Channel 8.
Okay. I
What
just
do
wanted
you-
I just wanted to
Not on
mention that.
here
You can
right now.
continue, please.
I guess I would try calling in by phone and close your computer connection.
Better.
I already did that.
I-
Okay.
and,
Alright,
and
alright,
it didn't
try
work out.
Oh, okay. Then yeah. Sorry. That only idea.
No, the PIN number didn't work, so I'm gonna do what Karen suggested. Sorry, folks, if
So,
you're
do you want me
listening
to give
in,
it- want
but
me to
this
give
is
it
our
to you
first
again?
effort, and obviously my computer is not happy.
Yeah, Jill, I'm expecting that it'll be well out of sync, but you might be able to listen.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Thank
Go
you.
Can I
ahead.
give you the PIN number?
yeah, what,
435-287 for the pin.
Right, 287-602
What?
pound.
Oh, you left out the
435.
602.
287-602 pound.
Thank you. You left out, or I didn't hear those last three numbers. Thank you.
Okay, I hope you can get it.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay.
thanks. Continue, please. Thank you very much.
So-
Okay, so
I'll come back.
Any other, Mark, you were reviewing pop-up poetry?
Yes. So it was, of course, on the scale of things, missing pop-up poetry is nothing compared to everything that happened once things were shut down. But we had the first of the pop-up poetry. There were 5 events planned. We had the first at Bohrer Veterinary Clinic, and these were planned at 5 different places all around the North Andover town and area to bring poetry out into uncommon places. So we had at least one of them, and it was a great turnout and a lovely time sharing poetry in a uncommon place.
Yes, I would agree. It was lovely. Okay. Any other discussion vis-a-vis pop-up poetry? Otherwise, I'd like to move on to a discussion of Jason O'Toole, who's a Poet Laureate Committee applicant. Anything else vis-a-vis pop-up poetry? Okay.
Nothing for me.
Okay. As you know, you've been sent information about Jason. I'd like to move directly to a vote. Is there anyone who does not want to move to the vote but wants to speak vis-a-vis the applicant Jason O'Toole's submission to be a member of the Poet Laureate Committee?
no, I think
I
it's
mean-
great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Okay,
I mean,
that was
that's my
moved.
take too. That
Ready?
he's a very creative poet and writer and
Yeah.
artist. And I've interacted with him. He's very friendly. I think he'd be a good addition.
That's great.
Okay, good. I am also I'm Gail Henney, and I am also taking the meeting minutes, so I'm trying to get this all down. Good. Okay. If there's no further discussion, I'd like everyone who's interested in having Jason O'Toole become a member of the Poet Laureate Committee to please, if I can see your image, then put your thumb up. Otherwise, I'll do a voice vote.
Okay.
Okay, everyone.
Yes, from Marie.
Yes,
Jill's
Okay,
yes.
Okay, any no's? Okay, it's unanimous. Jason O'Toole can now fill out the paperwork that's required in order to have his submission move forward with the Board of Selectmen.
Yeah.
So, Mark, if you may I task you with letting him know that we would be delighted for him to join, and
Sure.
that he would fill out the paperwork so the Board of Selectmen can put him on their list of individuals who are interested in joining the committee. And for those of you who are listening, if you might be interested in joining us, we are always looking for new members. Most of us write poetry, and our big responsibility is to promote poetry in the town and beyond. Okay, the next point of discussion is Susan Martin, who's a member of the North Andover Community Access and Media. She has suggested that we may like to share poetry videos.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Does anyone have a poetry video or has done a poetry video that might like to share it online? Latika, I think this would be super for you.
Yeah, I do have some.
Good. Then we will talk later on by email, and I will give you her contact information. But for anyone who's listening and is not a member of the Poet Laureate Committee and might like to share a poetry video, you can Google North Andover Community Access and Media. And Susan Martin is the contact person there, and she can let you know what that means. My understanding of it, and I've done one, although I haven't seen it yet air, is you set up a video recording in your own home, which then you share with North Andover CAM, and then North Andover CAM airs it on television. And on possibly YouTube as well, I'm not certain. Good. Mark, I have a indication here, the possibility that you might post that on North Andover Poets Corner.
Yes, right. So if people record poems, I'd be glad to post them, and
Okay.
share them. That way, I mean, the most common thing would be if you uploaded it to YouTube, the simplest thing, either YouTube or Facebook, and can be shared easily on Facebook.
Good. Would you also like to promote North Andover CAM's suggestion?
Yeah.
That would be great. Okay.
Yes, I will do that. In
Thank
fact,
you.
I had
That's
intended to
great.
do that.
Good. Is there any further discussion on the North Andover CAM poetry videos? No. Okay. Karen, you're up next. You were involved with the Rolling Ridge Retreat Center here in North Andover for an event that happened on April 23rd. How did that go?
Oh, gee, it went very well. It
Tell
was
us more.
Natalie Shore and Kevin O'Connor came together to speak about the production of Mark Shore's work with Seamus Heaney to produce One on a Side, which is a delightful little tome of 56 pages of
Wow.
such unbelievable power from Seamus Heaney, who didn't feel he was worthy to write anything about Robert Frost. He felt he was so inadequate. And this is after he won the 1995 Nobel Prize for Literature. So Mark Shore talked him out of being inept and said, please, you must do this. You have such respect for Robert Frost. So that's what our conversation was about. Then we had the next one on the 21st of May, and that was with Mark as our guest, a speaker. And that was wonderful. That went over 30 minutes. We were supposed to finish at 11 o'clock, and we did not finish until 11:24. Nobody knew what time it was, but then it was a very unique start to that show. You have to watch it. It will be put on the North Andover CAM. You'll have to watch it because the first 30 minutes sort of is a Groucho Marx show. But then after that, it got into a good pattern, and it was a very good show. We didn't even know what time it was, so we didn't have a clue. We were over half an hour. Then the next one will be June 18th, and that's with Jim Knowles, the president of the Robert Frost Foundation.
Oh, good.
Good. Thank you.
Pardon me?
Karen, I didn't catch the title of the book. One
on a Side. It's available at Lulu. On the internet.
Okay. And that's one word, ASIDE?
Oh, no, side. SID, one on a side.
Okay.
It's two people standing on the one side of a rock wall on the other side of a rock wall.
Ah, now I get it. Okay.
Yes.
Good.
Got it.
Thank
Yep.
you. Good. If there's no more discussion about the Rolling Ridge poetry.
Oh, I forgot one thing. You can look on the rollingridge.org/events for the information.
Thank you. Good. Um, Maybe we should think more broadly about how we want to promote poetry in the town during this pandemic. And I know, Mark, you touched on that a little earlier. You were talking about thinking about where we might do that. Last year, there was some discussion about continuing up at the Stevens estate.
Mhm.
What are your thoughts about that?
Actually, that is what I was thinking. So I should, if you want to make a note, I'll contact Joanna Ouellette and ask her, again, just, start the discussion about having something outdoors this summer. Again, I have to see what they're doing and what's allowed, but it did do exactly that, to go that route, because I think that will be allowed and can work
Good.
to have another outdoor event.
Good. Are you focusing on a particular month or a particular day in a month? Do you have that kind of in your mind, what you're looking for?
What I would do is that the North Andover Poets Corner, instead of taking place online, on those, so maybe in July and August, we might be able to have them outdoors at the Stevens estate.
Did you mean the fourth Tuesday, you mean?
Yes,
The open mic?
yes, exactly.
Okay, good. Yeah, I'd be interested in hearing if that might happen. Good, thank you. Any other discussion regarding promoting poetry during this interesting pandemic? Okay. Let's think about any other business that we might like to talk about. I have something vis-a-vis the Flint Library, but I would step back, and is there anything else we should know about other than Mark's fourth Tuesday happening, which will be coming up this month, and you're
Yep.
going to have that online?
Yes, I will.
Okay, the fourth Tuesday will be June the 23rd. And if someone wants to join, how would they do that?
What you would do is look on North Andover Poets Corner on Facebook, and you'll see an event. I haven't created it yet, but basically a week before the event, sometime before the event, you'll see an online Facebook event created, and that will have the Zoom information. And if you want to email me, and it'll have contact information to get a direct link to the invite also. But the invite will be there on Facebook.
Okay. What is the official name now for the fourth Tuesday?
I've changed it to North Andover Poets Corner.
Okay.
The same as the Facebook group.
I like that.
Like that?
Good.
Good.
Yep.
Good. North Andover Poets Corner. Thank you. Good. Any other new business or
And
old business?
mine, Gail, is the 18th at 10 a.m.
The 18th.
Thursday.
Oh, yes. Yes. That's June.
That will be, you go to the website of Rolling Ridge and you register there, and then you'll be invited in.
Okay. And what Karen is talking about is a poetry bee. You want to say what
Oh,
school?
not the poetry bee. No, this is the regular program I do every month now. No,
I
this is
thought that.
Spot On. It's called Spot On the
Okay.
on the Rolling Ridge website.
Okay. And what's that date, Karen? Do you have that?
The 18th of June at 10 a.m. Thursday.
Okay. Okay.
No, the bee is something we should really just say that there will be a Robert Frost Poetry Bee at the Lawrence Catholic Academy, a virtual poetry bee, which has never been done before, on the 11th of June. That's what you were meaning.
Yes. Okay. And how will individuals be able to participate?
In the bee?
No, I mean,
Oh,
will there
Spot
be something on YouTube?
On.
I'm sorry.
Wait, not ahead of time. I mean, I don't think so. I'm not sure what
No,
Danny
no, no,
does.
I mean, okay, so just that you want people to know that it's happening. It's going to be at Lawrence Catholic. It's from the students of Lawrence Catholic Academy, but it's virtual. So
Right.
how did the children access what's happening?
That they will have to, oh gee, that would be a good question. I have not got any information right now about how to view it, except that it will be put up on North Andover Cam TV after the fact.
Okay, thank you. That's I needed to know that as
That's the
well.
only thing. It will not be something you will participate in. You have to be a judge, and it's going to be a certain specific group of people.
Okay, thank you. Also, what I'd like to say is that one of the members of the Poet Laureate Committee, Jessica Fortato, she was instrumental in inviting individuals to participate in the Middleton Cowtown Poetry Competition. And I know that a poem from Karen Klein's is on the internet. She was selected, as was one of Tim Kremen's, and Tim is a member of the uh, Methuen poetry group that meets at the Methuen Library when it's not
Right.
COVID-19, called the Great Court Poets. Thank you. And also two of mine were selected as well. So I was very pleased.
Great. That's great.
Thank you. I was very pleased that even though there is a pandemic and there are restrictions for poets being able to meet in person and to submit to contests, it becomes a little more difficult, that this happened virtually. And my thanks to Jessica Fortato and also to the Middleton Library for sponsoring.
Justin Liberty.
Yes, thank you for bringing his name up, Justin Liberty. Good. Any other business that we need to talk about? Okay, then I will suggest that our next meeting will be September the 16th. That's at 7 p.m. And September 16th is a Wednesday. If that can be held as normal in the North Andover Library, that is open to the public, and all are invited. Otherwise, it will be as we have done the meeting today, which is through the assistance of North Andover Community Access and Media, and also Chris McClure, who is the information technology person for North Andover. I would like to then read a closing poem, which I wrote, and it's called Man in My Garage.
All right.
Man in my garage. There's a man in my garage. He's quiet. You wouldn't know he's here except for the sleeping bag inside the tent. Three-legged stool, dirty plastic plates, and a flower pot lined with plastic for trash. There's a man inside my garage. College graduation during a global pandemic doesn't make finding a job easy. Not having a car, no Wi-Fi of his own, limited cell phone access complicates matters. There's a man in my garage. Estranged from his family, he can't cope in a world where people wear masks, stay 6 feet apart, suffer quarantine, and try to remember the bittersweet taste of the old normal.
Gail, Gail, can you hear me?
Great.
I know who that is, and I'm really feeling sorry for him right now.
I don't know if you are going to put that completely on the minutes, but I'm just going to tell you something quickly that's a little humorous. I didn't hear any of what you were saying except for one phrase, which was limited cell phone access complications.
Lovely. Okay. Then,
Since I don't have one, I don't care.
if there isn't any other business that we need to attend to, it's now 8:32 p.m. And I'd like to thank the members of the North Andover Poet Laureate Committee for coming together and meeting the challenge of being able to meet online, either with images or without, some calling in by phone. And for the IT department of North Andover, our contact person was Chris McClure, and Brian Frazier, the executive director of North Andover CAM, has been recording this program so others will be able to join us at least virtually by sound. I just want to let you know that no one during the meeting called in for our meeting and had a question on the internet. I was the internet contact person under ghenny@yahoo.com. So I thank you all, both members and community members, for listening to what we are doing as members of the Poet Laureate Committee to promote poetry in North Andover. I wish you all well, be safe, wear your masks, enjoy poetry, and have fun. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
And bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Thanks, Gail. Thanks, Mark.
Yes, thank you both. Well
Thank
done,
you.
Gail.
You were great.
Thank you, guys. Be well.
Yeah, that's good.